In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single endgame card from worst to best in NBA 2K23 My Team. As you guys know, we got tons of endgames here in Season 8. We got a total of 8 endgames in Season number 8. And then we also do have the 2 previous endgames, the Kevin Durant and the Paolo Banchero from Season 7. So giving us a total of 10 endgame cards, and I'll be ranking them from worst, who I think is the worst endgame in the game currently, and then to who I think is the best endgame right now in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, how many endgames you guys have on your squad. I know everybody's got Steph Curry, how many endgames you guys have on your team or in your collection, and let me know so far, who's your favorite endgame to use. I know they're the exact same when it comes to the animations, the jump shot, everything like that, but just let me know which ones you guys have been having the most fun with. For me personally, probably either Bill Russell or Steph Curry, the ones that were completely free to get, and I'm assuming a lot of people do have if you chose Bill Russell from the option pack. So let me know which ones you guys have been having the most fun with. But then coming in at the number 10 spot, I think the worst endgame is going to be Allen Iverson. And like I said, guys, they're all going to have the exact same jump shot and all going to have the exact same dribble sigs. So when it comes to the endgame cards, it really just comes down to their player model, their size, their height, their wingspan, all that type of stuff, and also just sometimes a little bit of animations. Like a card like Bill Russell, we'll talk about here in a second, I feel like plays way better defense than a lot of the other endgame cards, not because of his height or his wingspan, it's just like those animations he gets in game, but I'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah, Allen Iverson, I do think is the worst endgame. Only a 6-foot point guard, 6'3" wingspan, still going to be really fun to use in game because he's got those great dribble sigs and a really quick jump shot. I just do think he's going to be the worst endgame. And then a very similar situation when it comes to Steph Curry, only 6'3" at point guard with a 6'3" wingspan. But like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with Curry because the shorter point guards like AI and Steph Curry run a lot faster than a Joel Embiid, for example, or a David Robinson. So they're going to have the same sigs and the same jump shot, but these cards are actually a lot quicker in game, when you're dribbling the ball, just because they're shorter and they do move a lot quicker in game. So that's why I think it's more fun to 3-hunt with these smaller guards like a Steph Curry or an Allen Iverson. And that's why I've been having a ton of fun with Steph Curry. But yeah, like I said, only 6'3" at point guard with a 6'3" wingspan. Decent player model in game for a short point guard, but he's going to get mashed a ton, especially by the taller point guards in the game. But coming in at the number 8 spot, I do think Paolo Banchero is still an amazing card. He's still an endgame, 6'10" at small forward, 7 foot at wingspan. Still has that crazy good jump shot. There's like a couple problems with Paolo Banchero. I think he can't do the misdirection for some reason, and I've heard that his dribble sigs are really slow or something like that. It just doesn't feel right with this endgame Paolo Banchero. That's just what I've been seeing on Twitter as of late. I didn't even notice that until I saw people saying that on Twitter. Something with the misdirection, like you can't do the misdirection. I thought there was one more thing that was a little bit worse with Paolo Banchero. So I think besides the short point guards, he's going to be the worst endgame in my team. Besides, like I said, Curry or Allen Iverson, that are obviously going to be the worst just because of their size. But then coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be endgame Bill Russell. I'm really tempted to move him up just because of his defense. Like I said in game, he just plays exceptionally good defense. I know he's only 6'10" at power forward, 7'4" wingspan, and that does play a huge factor, like I said, with these endgame cards because they all have the same jump shot, they all have the same dribble sig, same animations, maxed out stats and badges. But the thing with Bill Russell, I don't know if you guys have tried him out or played against him, but I don't know, man. Like this card, like he just plays so good defense in game. Like I think he's a better defender than Joel Embiid. For whatever reason, he just grabs more rebounds, he gets a lot more pluck steals, he gets a lot more block shots, he can test shots better, he flies on the court faster on the defensive end. That's just what I've noticed personally. And the thing with Bill Russell is if you have a taller small forward, like let's say you're running a God Squad, for example, and you have Victor Wembanyama, the invincible version, at the small forward position, you can just play Bill Russell at power forward and Wemby at the 3, and then switch the matchups in game, and Bill Russell can guard every single small forward, pretty much in my team, and then Victor can guard every single power forward damn near. So that's also what you guys can do. Same thing with like a Big Z, if you wanted to run Big Z at small forward and then have Bill Russell at the power forward position. And you can even run some taller cards around him, like a Jokic at point guard, some taller shooting guards, and make sure you have a tall, center and small forward card, and you can make Bill Russell work. So I do think he's going to be the 7th best endgame card. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be endgame Paul George. Like I said, I was really close to putting Bill Russell over a PG, and I will say, if Bill Russell could play small forward, he would definitely be over Paul George. I just wish they made this card power forward, small forward. He would have been so much better, you know, able to play that one position down. Would have really helped this card out on offense and defense and just overall with his size. But Paul George is still a great endgame card. I really like PG's player model. He's 6'9" at the 2, 6'11" wingspan. There's also cards that just get better slashing animations, and that's a card like PG. If you've used him in game, he gets those crazy good animations, going to the basket, slashing to the rim, and he also plays elite level defense because of his size, and he does move very quickly in game. So like I said, I think he's going to be the 6th best endgame card currently in my team. But halfway into the list here, at the number 5 spot is going to be the endgame Joel, a 7-foot power forward, 7'5" wingspan, has a pretty good player model in game for a power forward. So, I mean, that's going to be helpful on Joel Embiid. Once again, got that crazy good jump shot. I will say, I don't think this card's going to be as good as like a Bill Russell for most people if they have a Victor Wembanyama. At power forward, yes, Joel Embiid's a little bit better, but I think as an overall card, I don't know. I think Bill Russell's going to move a lot better in my team than a card like Joel Embiid. And also the other thing I will say, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about Bill Russell. I don't know if this is just me personally, but with this jump shot, I just call it the endgame jump shot because every endgame has the KPJ base and the Sadiq Bey upper. I've noticed that on the lefty releases like Bill Russell and D-Rob, I found this jump shot to be a lot easier to time on the lefties, the lefty end games. Like I said, Bill Russell and D-Rob that do have that KPJ base and Sadiq Bey upper. I found it to be a lot easier to green and a lot more consistent of a jump shot. So let me know if you guys have tried out D-Rob or Bill Russell. Do you guys kind of feel the same way? Because when I was using Bill Russell compared to Steph Curry, it just felt a lot easier to green with in game, which made no sense to me. So I do have Joel Embiid at number 5, but I do think it's a really close debate between Joel Embiid and Bill Russell. At the number 4 spot, I do have Rashard Lewis. Now this card is the final collector level, so I don't believe anybody has this card right now, but he still is an endgame in my team. 6'10" at the 2, 7'2" wingspan. Very similar to a card like Paul George. He just got an extra inch and a little bit longer of a wingspan. So that's why I do have him a little bit higher. At the number 3 spot though is going to be Luka Doncic. Something about this card in game, like he moves really well. His jump shot is super easy to time with compared to some of the other smaller guards. Like I just don't like Curry's jump shot for whatever reason. I just found it so hard to green with this endgame Curry compared to like a Bill Russell or even a Luka Doncic, but I do think this endgame Luka is the best point guard in my team, and I do have him as the 3rd best endgame in the I do have him as the best point guard and the 3rd best endgame. At the number 2 spot, I think you got to give it to D-Rob. It's a really close debate. I mean, once again, like I said with the lefty release, I really like his jump shot. 7'1" at power forward, 7'5" wingspan, still has that really good player model in game. And then like I said, I do like his jump shot on the lefty release, but I still think the best endgame because of his size is going to be Kevin Durant. I mean, besides, you know, Curry and Allen Iverson, from number 8 to number 1, there's not too big of a difference, I will say, and that's a disappointing thing with endgames this year. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel, and you know, I've already complained about these cards enough, and I think I've made my point clear, you know, why I don't like these endgame cards and the concept of it. But the thing is, Kevin Durant, Paolo Banchero, there's not that big of a difference. I just hate the fact they all have the same jump shot. The dribble sigs is a little bit less annoying. I mean, they can maybe throw on like a different size up, like a D-Rose, or maybe throw on the Curry escape. I'm completely fine with that, right? I'm not too mad that all the cards have the same dribble sigs, but it's just a jump shot, man. There should be a different upper, you know, than Sadiq Bey. Throw the Sadiq Bey on cards, throw the Oscar on some cards, throw the, I don't know, even the Kevin Love upper I like a lot. Throw something else, right? Don't make every single card have the same base and the same upper. It's really disappointing on the end games. But yeah, guys, that's going to be me ranking every single end game card right now in my team, from who I think is the worst end game to who I think is the best in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my rankings, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.